Imagine waking up tomorrow and every insect on Earth has vanished. No mosquitoes buzzing at 3 a.m., no wasps ruining your picnic, no cockroaches skittering across your kitchen floor at night.
Sounds like paradise, right? Give it 6 weeks. That's roughly how long it would take for the first dominoes to fall. And once they start falling, they don't stop. Insects make up over half of all known animal species on the planet. There are roughly 10 quintillion of them alive right now. That's a 1 followed by 19 zeros. For every single human being, there are more than 1 billion insects sharing the Earth with you. And yet, most of us think of them as background noise, pests, things to swat away. So here's the question worth sitting with. If we could press a button and erase every insect on the planet, would the world be better off? Or would we be signing our own extinction notice? To understand the answer, we need to understand what insects actually do, most of which happens completely out of sight. Let's start with something simple: food. Roughly 1 in 3 bites of food you eat exists because a pollinator, a bee, a fly, a moth, a beetle, visited a flower first. Apples, almonds, coffee, chocolate, most fruits and vegetables, all quietly dependent on insects doing a job no one pays them for. Wind and self-pollination can cover some crops, like wheat and rice. But the colorful, nutrient-dense foods that make up a healthy diet? Those overwhelmingly need insect labor. Then there's the part nobody wants to think about: decomposition. Every day, an almost unimaginable amount of dead material piles up on Earth. Fallen leaves, animal carcasses, waste. Insects like beetles, flies, and ants are nature's cleanup crew. They break this material down and return its nutrients to the soil, the same soil that grows the plants that feed nearly everything else. Without them, dead organic matter wouldn't just look unpleasant, it would accumulate. Nutrients would stay locked away instead of cycling back into the ecosystem. Forests would slowly starve. And here's where the story gets bigger than just plants and soil. Insects are also food. They sit near the bottom of an enormous number of food chains: birds, bats, fish, amphibians, reptiles, even some mammals. A staggering number of species depend on insects as their primary calorie source, especially when raising their young. Remove the insects, and you're not just removing one piece of the ecosystem. You're removing the foundation several other pieces are standing on. So let's play out the domino effect, step by step, using what scientists studying ecosystem collapse actually predict. Week 1, pollination stops. Flowering plants that rely on insects begin failing to reproduce. Weeks 2 through 6, decomposition slows dramatically. Dead plant and animal matter starts piling up faster than it can break down. Months 2 through 6, insect-eating animals begin starving. Birds, bats, freshwater fish. Their populations crash. Year 2 onward, the animals that eat those animals start disappearing too. This is called a trophic cascade, when a change at one level of the food chain ripples upward through every level connected to it, like a shock wave moving through a web. Within a matter of years, ecosystems that took millions of years to build would begin unraveling, not because something violent happened, but because a quiet, unglamorous workforce simply stopped showing up. Here's the twist, though, the part that reframes everything. We tend to picture nature as this grand, dramatic spectacle: lions, whales, ancient forests. But the scientific consensus is surprisingly humbling. The animals actually holding the world together aren't the majestic ones. They're the smallest, most overlooked, most swatted at creatures on the planet. Insects aren't a side character in Earth's story. They're one of the load-bearing walls. And we've been treating a load-bearing wall like it's wallpaper. This isn't hypothetical either. It's already happening in slow motion. Multiple long-term studies have recorded significant declines in insect populations across various regions over the past few decades. driven by habitat loss, pesticide use, and climate change. Scientists don't agree on exact global numbers. The data is genuinely difficult to measure at that scale. But the direction of the trend, in many well-studied areas, is not in dispute. So, could Earth survive without insects? Not really. Not as the Earth we know. Some hardy, wind-pollinated plants would survive. Some scavenger microbes would pick up part of the decomposition slack. Life, in some form, would go on. But the rich, interconnected, food-abundant world that humans built civilization on top of, that world needs its smallest architects to keep functioning. Maybe the real twist isn't that insects are secretly important. It's that we've spent generations deciding which lives matter based on size and beauty and how they make us feel, rather than what they actually do. The next time something small and buzzing lands near you, you don't have to love it. But it might be worth remembering. You're looking at one of the reasons the world still works.